Welcome to the Salt Circle Podcast. My name is Hank. With me, that man does nothing but yield. It's Ben.
I fucked up, Hank. I fucked up real bad.
Uh-huh.
I watched a scene from the anime, and now I kind of want to watch the anime. What have I done?
Yeah.
Oh, the opening was good, too. Oh, no. Tell them what we're doing, because I can't remember how you pronounced it.
Maison Ikkoku.
Yeah. Yeah, I read 10 volumes of manga in 3 days. What about it? Shit was fucking fire. Not my fault.
It's 15 volumes of manga.
Oh, even better.
Like, in terms of, like, regular, normal volume sizes.
Gotcha.
The versions they have out now are
Chunky.
extra. Yeah. They're nice. They're nicer than the printing's nicer than the Urusei Yatsura ones.
Either way, it was fucking great. Another, for those who don't know, another Rumiko Takahashi work. Is this just actually the thing she did after Urusei Yatsura? I always forget if the list on Wikipedia is comprehensive or if it's just her big works. I think it is.
I think there's some overlap.
Yeah, because she was working
at the same time.
She was working on them at the same time, but like.
But I know the anime Maison Ikkoku took Urusei Yatsura's time slot.
Okay. Yeah, so this was. Oh, you know what? It is. Yeah, there's a lot. I thought there was overlap, but it's like nearly all overlap. So Urusei Yatsura started in 1978, ran through 87. This started in 1980 and ran through 87.
Yeah, she was working on basically both of these simultaneously. Some of the early mermaid sagas are also overlap in there. And then Urusei Yatsura and Maison Ikkoku ended, and she moved on to Ranma.
Yeah. Fucking busy lady. That busy, and all of them are bangers. That's incredible.
She's the GOAT. She's so good.
Yeah, man. Dude, this was fucking fire. I was like, it's too good. So the plot of Maison Ikkoku is Godai, what's his first name? Yusaku Godai. Moves into.
That's his last name.
Well, Yusaku Godai.
Do.
But his
that's family name.
Godai
Japanese names are backwards.
No, Godai is family name.
No.
But his grandma is Godai. Or is that just coincidence? That's like that's the joke. It? Yeah, because it's like, Godai is here. And she's like, that's also my surname.
Oh, okay. Weird. Whatever.
Yeah, they just.
Oh, yeah. She's only his grandmother's like the only person who calls him Yusaku, I think.
Yeah. Someone calls him Yu, but maybe that's his grandma? I don't know. They also call him Ronin because he's fucking not in school.
That's.
Fucking. And so he's in this apartment. What do you call it? Like, I guess apartment, but not apartment. Like a.
It's an apartment complex. I don't know.
It's not like a. Yeah, I guess.
It's just like a big.
It's like group. Yeah, it's like group housing or like something like that. You know, like community housing or whatever. So it's a house. It's not like an apartment complex like that kind of. It's like a house style thing. Anyway, he moves there.
It's how sensible shared housing works in places that aren't living nightmares like in America.
Yeah. Oh man. But the place gets a new manager, Kyoko Otanashi, and she is a beautiful 22-year-old. Godai is a 20-year-old, by the way. And at the beginning of it, he's not a student. He's between high school and university. And he needs to Like, yeah, he's been working at it for like a year. And it's kind of it's like a will they won't they between them. A very not subtle will they won't they.
Yeah.
And there's a bit of a
I
love
love
triangle,
the way Rumiko Takahashi describes the difference between Maison Ikkoku and Urusei Yatsura. Was Maison Ikkoku was like unspooling a ball of yarn, whereas Urusei Yatsura was like bouncing a football. Just never know. She never knew what was gonna happen next.
Hell yeah, dude. And that's the thing, right? Like that's also why I finished it like faster.
Yes. This is why this pulls you by the nose to get through it, because it has such a slowly but constantly unfurling singular plot line.
Yeah, and it keeps its bits, but like it's always moving forward in some way.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I mean, I guess that speaks a lot to Urusei Yatsura too, though, in that it pulled me so hard without that. At least until through most of it, anyway.
Yeah.
And also, this gave me a good opportunity, because I don't know if you said it on air or not, but at one point you were like, we're going to do this, and then you're going to either not like it, or you're going to have to admit that misunderstandings are fun or funny, or one of them. What happened was I just developed my more nuanced opinion after encountering this, and I can describe it better. I mean, they're good. They're fine. They're fine. Sometimes they're good, but mostly they're fine. And I don't like, as long as they're being done well, I'm cool with it. And it's good.
This I'm just for the sake of the listener, this series is full of constant jokes about characters misunderstanding something, like getting a piece of information right and not just talking to each other about a thing.
So there's two elements that make it work for me, and my comparison that I was like talking about for other misunderstandings was like the classic rom-com, right? Mm-hmm. Woman, the female protagonist sees the male out with some girl, and he puts his arm around her, and they're going to like a flower store or something, and she just fucking loses it, and it's terrible. And he's like, no, let me explain. And she fucking storms off. And then it's like his sister or something. And like they're getting flowers for her boyfriend or whatever. I don't know. It's always something like that. Uh-huh. The two elements that make Maison Ikkoku work for me are that we don't have like... Both characters are kind of bad with it, right? It's not just one-sided. Like everybody's fucking just like assuming shit out the ass. Like, that's just how it is.
Yeah.
And I think it's also that in a lot of the rom-com setups, they're already in a relationship. They have hit that point already, and then like one thing happens, and it's like, nope, I'm going to assume, and I'm going to go sicko mode on your ass. And that just irks me. Here, I think because they're not in the relationship, and they're like working through all this shit, and being very, very shy and yielding to everyone on Godai's part, like it makes it work a little better in my head. And yeah, I think just because there's not like a confirmed romantic relationship, that just helps. And then if it's not them misunderstanding something and it's someone else, like anytime that Mrs. Ichinose misunderstands something, that's gold. That's fucking comedy gold, because she's off to fucking spread that shit, and it's prime. That's great. My dislike of it is purely in like the main couple in their romantic endeavors, but I think the dialogue also solves some of that, because like there's chances where like there's only a few times where like Godai actually says, or someone actually says like, let me explain. And then they still kind of fuck it up sometimes, right? But mostly
there's that time where he's showing up to her parents' place over and over again saying, let me explain. And she says, go away every time.
That's like, yeah. I mean, that's that's fine, but it's not like they're not doing that every time, right?
The thing I would call you on, Jess.
Okay.
That stuff does happen. It's just it's happening so late in this manga. You're so invested already.
Yeah. Oh, dude, totally. That's the thing. And
but the misunderstanding comedy is like the pillar on which this whole manga is built. It's just it's everything.
Yeah. And I think
over and over again, and it's just funny every time.
Yeah. And the fact that you get characters like someone will misunderstand something, but then instead, usually they are not saying, let me explain, right? Instead, they are hearing something else from someone else who is saying something vague that they also misunderstand, but confirms the first thing. And it's like a whole fucking thing. And that's what makes it work for me. Because, like, they're getting other bits of information instead of an explanation. And they're, like, working on stuff and just assuming. And, like, I don't know. It all coalesces together to be great. So, like, by the time you do get,
like, there's plenty of let me explain and then not listening to them. And then getting the real story from someone else at some side angle and having, like, a normal conversation with a human and going, oh, that's what happened. Okay. Now I see.
Yeah.
Well, why did they say so? And you're like, ah.
I think, like, just, yeah. It also maybe is, like, exposure, like, after you're just going through this, and you're like, that's what this is. But, like, in the romantic comedy, you're like, that's not what this is, and now you're just pulling it out of your ass. Like, these two people have good communication, and they're happy, and they're doing whatever, and then one thing happens, it tumbles. These people suck at communicating for the whole thing. Like, they're all
and
just
this
garbage.
is constantly happening.
And it's constant. It's every single thing. There's a baby. Oh my god.
Dude gets fucking engaged because he thinks he like he's like not certain he didn't take advantage of this woman when he was drunk.
And
you're
now
like, no,
she's
I totally
pregnant.
would do that. And now
Dude,
he
yeah,
thinks
yeah.
she's pregnant when she's not. It's just his dog had sex with her dog, and her dog is now pregnant.
It's so good, dude. That also, like, that was, like, the first part that justified all this shit for me. I'm like, if you're gonna have two people end up together, and that's, like, that's his capstone, right? Like, he's, like, not out of the story, but he's out of the story.
Yeah.
After that, I'm like, if you're gonna fucking have a misunderstanding lead to this sort of resolution, I'm all in. This is great. This is top tier shit. Oh man, that whole thing made me so happy. Like, that's such a good way to go about it. It's so stupid. But the other thing that this is big on, if people have not caught on already, along with misunderstandings, is like, it says like rumors, but I would clarify it to be like rumors and like gossip, like juice. Yeah. Like, there's so many scenes where like stuff's like they're saying stuff and talking about whatever, like at the tennis club or in a restaurant, and like all of the other people, like bystanders, are like, oh my god, that is so like him. Like, he would absolutely do something like that. Like, it's so good because that's how it is, you know? Like, if I'm in a restaurant or there's a couple like having a yelling match about like breaking up, you know I'm fucking listening into that. And she captures it so well. It's just so fun.
Mm-hmm. She's just and she's just so good at like drawing these comedy characters.
There's so many good panels. Holy shit, there's so many good panels. No, this is like, honestly, I would maybe tell, like, if someone wanted to check out her, like, Rumiko Takahashi's stuff, I would maybe point them to this instead of Urusei Yatsura, honestly. If they wanted to read, like, a complete thing. Because it just has, I saw somewhere that this is the only, like, comedy romance thing of hers that has, like, an ending. I don't know at what point that statement was written, so it may be 30 to 40 years out of date, but you know.
That's weird.
What do you mean?
What do you mean? Like, Urusei Yatsura has an ending.
No, like a fucking ending. Like, they kiss, they get married, they admit their feelings, they end up together in, like, a very defined way. That sort of deal. Yeah. My bad.
Okay.
But yeah, that sort of thing. Which is fine. I mean, not everything needs that ending. I'm glad this had that ending. If it didn't, I would probably be a little salty.
Yeah, this is about... No comic has been about one romance the way this is about one romance. Like, it's about that the whole time.
Yeah, 100%.
And, like a big difference is between this and Urusei Yatsura is Ataru is terrible, and you like seeing him fucking get his shit kicked in.
So
you root for Godai.
So I was thinking about it.
The audience is on Godai's side.
After you said that you can root for Godai and Ataru and not Ataru, I was thinking about it, and I'm like, in Urusei Yatsura, when people call it's super funny when people call Ataru a lazy good for nothing shitbag because he's a lazy good for nothing shitbag. In this, it's funny when people call Godai a lazy good for nothing shitbag because he is the opposite.
He's trying so hard.
He's fucking busting his ass at it made me feel bad. Like, he's going so far. He's working so hard at everything. And the fact that he's like, yeah, I have exams coming up. They're like, you might as well party. You're going to fail. It's like they're putting up the fucking banner. Oh my god.
At least you tried.
Yeah. It's so good, dude. Man. The only part where I was like, I almost got worried is when he became a teacher and the 17-year-old was hot for him. And then when the 18-year-old kid moved in, I was like, please don't make it like he's pursuing Kyoko now.
Mm-hmm.
And she did.
I love that. Good. I love that kid because he doesn't fucking understand anything that's going on.
Dude, the fact, that was such a great bit. He's like, I only needed 96 hints. And he's like, you don't fucking get it. He's like, come back. Wait.
He's just trying to understand, and he can't.
But he's a baby. He doesn't know shit. And there's like, I don't know, there's like the emotional bits that really hit, because Kyoko is like, in addition to like your general romance stuff, and then you have the comedy element on it, there's like the love triangle and stuff, but Kyoko is a widow, and she's also getting over her previous husband, who had died, at the start of it's a year ago, right?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah. And that's like, it's handled so well. It's so fucking good. And moving through the manga has an actual like time passes. So yeah, by the time we're at the end, it's like, what, 7 years or 6 years pass throughout it, something like that. And like, as each year goes on, like, she's not that she's forgetting her previous husband, but you know, she's coming to terms with it and like being okay at the idea of like finding someone else and everything. And that shit hits so well. Like, the fact that we're getting this comedy that hits, and then I think like percentage wise more frequently than Urusei Yatsura, right? Like, getting these good serious moments.
Yeah.
And
there's good slice of life human drama in addition to comedy bits. Yeah. Like, that's what's there instead of ridiculous sci-fi. Like, anything can happen, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's like actual investment in these people as humans.
Yeah.
That have like ongoing lives.
And that's like, I mean, that's what makes this great, is because like, yeah, it's exaggerated and shit, but it's not like so fucking far out there. Like, it doesn't actually feel like anything is truly impossible that happens in here, you know?
No.
Like, the partying is a lot, but I'm sure that fucking happens. happens.
Yeah.
And just the I don't know. I was thinking about, I had seen a thing a long time back, like just a short informational piece or whatever about like getting out and graduating from university in Japan and going through like job hunting, and how there it's like a fucking nightmare. Like here it's bad enough, like you have to apply for jobs and probably get rejected a bunch or whatever. There it's like doing that but formal. I'm like, that's so so like seeing all the different elements of things, and like him doing student teaching and like finding his job and all that, like god damn, it's just so good. Also all the little kids calling him chief.
It's so good. It's so good.
It's just a very nice manga.
Whenever he starts getting horny thoughts, he'll walk into a pole.
Dude, yeah.
Divine punishment.
He's fantasizing. Dementia at this age?
That's like the fucking Rumiko Takahashi keeping him in line. You're in this story, bud.
Yeah. Man, what a coward, though. I think that was like the only one out of all these. I think the only misunderstanding that really kind of bothered me was how do you pronounce her name? Kazuya. When he like finally works up and is able to tell her like directly, and then she misunderstands because he didn't say it like clear enough. I'm like, oh, that one hurt. That's the one. I felt it in my heart.
He's like, there's a woman I want to propose to, and she takes it that he met her.
Nobody would take that as it being her. I'm sorry. That one, like, I can understand. I can at least empathize with someone being so upset that the person they love is like, let me explain it. They're like, go away. I can at least understand that. But nobody on this fucking planet is like, he means me. That's not it at all. But it kept me reading.
He runs away.
Yeah, she just fucking takes off. And I'm like, oh. But it worked out.
All right, I've got to go tell the guy who proposed to me I'm turning him down. Bye.
But it turns out she's a coward too, and she couldn't decline him, so she's engaged.
No. Look, they've been dating for multiple years and like never kissed.
Yeah, I know. Like it's a whole ridiculous.
And she's like, I just want a nice summer memory. He thinks she's like gonna want to have sex, and then what she ends up wanting to do is have them wear the same t-shirt,
yeah,
and meet her friends.
Too good. It actually just made me think of one of the things that actually really surprised me. That was like a good human moment. There's so many times where you could have made a thing into a bit, and instead it was like decided that it should be just like, we'll let this emotion sit. And one of those was when Godai and Kyoko were going to have sex, and he like couldn't get it up because he was thinking about her past husband and all that stuff and how she feels and everything. That was so fucking good.
It was
like
extremely well done.
How many because like that sort of shit happens, you know? Like how many times do you see someone like not be able, like, oh, he can't get it up, and then it's either just a joke or like it's either a joke or it doesn't happen, right? Like nobody, how often is that being done? Is like, there's like emotional problems here that are making it fucking difficult to get it on right now. Like, it's just so good.
Yeah.
And then they do it anyway. Oh man, we should probably put like
figure it out.
Yeah. They after they resolve that, they go resolve other things. Should probably put like a spoiler warning at the beginning of this episode. We didn't really do the spoiler free review.
That's fine. It's Salt Circle.
Like, yeah. But still.
No.
But like, I like this. I want people to read it.
Yeah, that's true.
Sometimes the problem is
look,
sometimes
we haven't
do
spoiled anything.
That's true. I mean, like, it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
It's never.
This isn't a thing that's like, oh my god, I can't believe this happened. Like, no, that's not what it is. It's just like incredibly engaging.
Yeah.
Romance story. Like, it's just fucking nice and it's funny.
Yeah, no, you're right. There's never once the vibes of like it's not gonna happen.
No.
Not that not that matters. One time there was definitely the vibe. There was like I was reading a thing fucking like a decade ago or whatever. And it was it's one of the things that turned me off as slice of life for a while, because it was definitely like, all right, we're on this path. I see. I'm getting no my radar is clear, no bogeys. And then it all fucking ended horribly, and I'm like, I'm done. This isn't happening again. Sorry.
Wow.
They fucking killed her. I was so fucking
that's fucked up.
I would be
mad too.
I was so upset. Oh my god. There was like there was like a death, and then also someone basically had the Sochi's ending from Turn A Gundam, where they're just screaming into the stars. And I'm like, I hate this.
Yeah.
Fortunately, that's been like a one-time thing.
Yeah.
That was like high school. My anime hate origin story. Well, it was manga, but still. But no, this ain't that.
Yeah.
Though
I feel like the closest is like you're reading something like from the 70s. It's kind of gay, and then it gives you the no homo ending.
Oh yeah.
But like I kind of that is not like unexpected. Honestly, I'm like, oh, this is disappointing, but I see why this happened.
Yeah, I mean, the thing I read that's kind of old that was gay was like, nope, one of them's got to die. Like,
yeah.
But that one like, you open the first page and you're like, yeah, this is gonna be miserable. So that wasn't unexpected either. Mm-hmm. I will say for this, I'm glad that it was like, yeah, it was limited to the two suitors. Yeah, we didn't have another, which I'm glad for. I think that would have been like too much. We had like, I forget his name. I can't remember the exact letters of his name. Sakamoto or something. Sakamoto, Godai's friend, who like. He like clearly, and he says near the end, like, I had a crush on her, and it's super fucking obvious, but like, they didn't go anywhere with it, which is realistic, because like, yeah, he has a little crush on her because she's cute and nice and whatever, but
yeah,
like, you don't have to make him a suitor for it, and he's not, and it's good.
It's just like a perfect thing.
It really is. Like when I was done, when I was done, I had two thoughts. The second one was, this is a perfect thing. The first one was, God damn it, I really miss my wife. Like,
hell yeah.
Shit. They got me.
Got him.
We made this fucking idiot get sentimental. He wants to be with his wife. Ha!
Yeah.
Just nice shit. And then
it's funny.
Now I want to watch the anime a little bit. But that's gonna be a poke thing. I'm not doing Urusei Yatsura anime watching. That shit's 96 episodes. I'll see you in like a year and a half.
Yeah. I watched like a few, maybe.
Yeah.
I was gonna watch the movie, but then the movie is like a filler plot near the end of the series, and I wasn't feeling it.
Yeah, that's fair. Totally.
I thought the movie was like the Urusei Yatsura movie was like the end of the story, but it's not. The end of the story is in the TV show.
Sure.
So there's part of me that just wants to watch like the last few episodes or whatever, but I'm like, but also what am I doing?
No, I might poke at it. I think is what's gonna end up happening.
Yeah.
But like super poke at it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's just a lot of it. Whereas it's much easier to just fucking burn through a manga.
Yeah, obviously. God, I just sat down and fucking read. Oh.
I mean, I basically did the same thing. Like
yeah.
Half a year ago. 7 months ago.
Look, I was busy watching Urusei Yatsura. I was busy forcing myself through the last chunks of Urusei Yatsura.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. We doing Ranma half?
Hell yeah.
That is the next one, right?
Yep.
Because we already did Mermaid Saga.
Mm-hmm. Ranma's the next one. And they're making that new Ranma anime, which I'm excited about.
Yeah.
They haven't really shown anything.
Yeah,
Their teaser was just like showing you panels of the manga, and I'm like, hey, that looks great. But like that's what I want to hear. Is like we're just adapting the manga.
Yeah.
Because that's what made the Urusei Yatsura the new anime so good.
Yeah, man. Fucking Rumiko Takahashi just like on it.
Yep. She's extremely good.
I mean, I'm ready to keep going, you know?
Uh-huh. We're on that train. Then we're going to be reading Inuyasha one day.
Yeah. 56 volumes. Woo!
Yeah.
We'll see how that goes, I guess.
That's the one where I'm like, that might just be bloated. Because that's my memory of watching that anime was like, it starts pretty fucking good, but then it's just like, it just keeps going. I'm like,
yeah.
I have other things to do.
I
remember liking the beginning of it.
That's probably going to be, if it grabs me, it fucking grabs me. Then God himself can't stop me. But
sure.
You know what? Even if it doesn't. So part of the thing with that made Urusei Yatsura impressive for reading also was that I just did it at my computer. Mm-hmm. With this, I like threw it on my phone. So like I was just popping off at random times, and that really expedites. So like Inuyasha, like even if it doesn't super grab me, like I'm taking a shit. What else am I gonna do?
Sure.
Oh man,
read comics on my phone. I just can't deal with the form factor for comics.
Oh yeah, that's fair. I'll say for actual like American comics, like I like it much less.
Fair,
but manga is usually fine for me.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, just keep just buy the physical manga and keep it by the toilet.
No, I'm not going to do that.
Come on. Boomers have like I don't know. Magazines, I guess. Reader's Digest.
Not wrong.
Anyway, shit's good. I'm looking forward to more. This was the third thing we read by her. She's 3 for 3.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I'm stoked about it.
Yeah, man. She's out here combining the sensibilities of Tezuka with Spider-Man.
That quote, I had completely forgot that you mentioned the Spider-Man thing, and then I read that like she liked it. I was like, what?
Yeah.
I'll probably you should expect me to hit you with that again, in like a year probably.
I think what I checked what I had shared with you. I think I had quoted it from a different interview. I hadn't used that exact quote, but
Hank,
I had seen that quote before.
Are you on real quick? I happened to find this. Are you on the Wikipedia page by chance?
Sure.
For Rumiko Takahashi on her major works.
Uh-huh.
I need you to hover over the Weekly Shonen Sunday magazine link by Urusei Yatsura.
Where is this? On the page?
Yeah, it's just the major works. It's Urusei Yatsura, and then like the magazine it was serialized in.
Oh, major works. Okay.
And just hover it. And it's the nice
Shonen Sunday.
Yeah, and it's
the purple.
Yeah, the nice purple hair, right?
Uh-huh.
Hover over the one below it now and tell me what's different.
Hell yeah.
It's just a attractive woman, a real woman in a leather bikini and gloves with her tits out. That's what Maison Ikkoku was serialized. Fucking I read it for the romance. Buying that magazine. God, that'd be so fucking good if I want to buy that magazine. If the covers looked like that when good stuff was serialized in it, I want to pick one up. That's so funny.
Yeah, because I guess that's a seinen manga collection.
There's also
which is targeted at males, but for a slightly older audience.
Mm-hmm.
Then like a shonen is like younger.
Yeah, gotcha.
So you could show tits in a seinen comic.
Well, there's the other one, the fucking
like Pluto would be in a seinen manga thing, right? Or
sure.
Akira would be in a seinen thing, whereas Dragon Ball and Naruto, those are shonen.
The other one that's on here, Weekly Young Sunday, also is just a woman in a bikini. That's shonen.
Yeah.
Oh, this one doesn't exist anymore, I guess, since like 2008. Anyway, just happened to see it. That was very funny.
Mm-hmm.
Purple hair Lum goes hard though.
I think I'm trying to remember where did this not have. Oh, this is not as organized as I want it to be. I was trying to remember where Junji Ito's stuff ran, because I think Uzumaki ran in Big Comic. Spirits also, whereas I know Tomie ran in a comic that was targeted at girls.
Okay.
At like young girls horror manga thing. And then I think the later volumes went to targeted older girls, or it was like the seinen equivalent. I forget the word for women when they started having tits in the comic.
I was about to say We're doing phrasing. Yeah, I got you.
But I was listening to a podcast about Uzumaki recently, and I remembered Big Spirit.
Okay,
So, was where that where that ran. Big comic. Big comic.
Big comic.
Yeah. Not Shonen Jump.
That's lame comic.
Well, just like it's just the thing of like anime and manga that we get, like so much of what gets more targeted out here and like bigger business is the shonen stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So that gives people like that particular view of what anime is or whatever, because that's the market that most directly translates. Whereas like they have all these more niche, but also for like targeted at specific audiences, kind of like volumes of manga in Japan.
Yeah,
That we don't get in the same way.
Yep. Which is, unfortunate. I want it all.
Well, I want what's good.
I want all of it.
If it's ass, maybe I'm okay. I don't know.
The problem is that means somebody is determining what's good and what's ass.
It's true.
That's a problem sometimes.
That's true. I want to determine it.
Just apply for the position.
Yeah. More annoyed at how much older manga doesn't have translations.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, dude.
Just because, for whatever reason, like any old anime is going to have subtitles. But old manga is not translated in that with the same fervor.
People
you
don't...
got to learn typesetting.
Yeah.
You have to figure out how to fit the English into those word balloons. It's not just like you put it there on the time code and then you're done.
Yeah.
You have to make this page look nice. Ugh.
I mean, I would rather them just not have the page look nice, Like, just do it. Just fit it and just fuck it up. Just give me the English and I can, whatever. Put it somewhere.
Usually the people that have those low standards are not translating it very well either. So get some machine language translations of manga. It's just like incomprehensible.
There's like
gibberish.
I mean, for me, there's exactly one thing I can think of where I'm like, I would accept a machine translation. Actually, I suppose I could just point my phone at it, and that would just do it. There was like an old sumo manga that, like, based on what I've been able to find, it's not like incredible. It's not great or anything, but I'd like to get the rough idea of it. But I'd be happy doing just anything, keywords.
I feel like the stuff that were like, because the stuff that would be simple enough that it would work would be like kids stuff that's I can basically get the gist of anyway without being able to fucking read it, and whatever words are there are probably a pun. It's not. It's maybe not a joke that's going to translate anyway.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, that's a podcast. Salt Circle Podcast, gmail.com. Salt Circle Pod on Twitter. Anchor.fm. Salt Circle. YouTube.com/ at Salt Circle. Did I outro this episode already and forget about it? Now I'm like...
No.
I
don't think. Now you're fucking...
Now I'm having an episode. And I'm on Twitter at Comic Panels.
No, I don't.
I feel like I've done this more than once before today.
You did.
We did record an episode, but
Yeah, no, I think you're. I mean, unless I'm going crazy, too. I mean, we're just gaslighting each other. No big deal.
Strong deja vu.
Rumiko Takahashi, let's go.
This can't be an earthquake. It's not what an earthquake feels like.
I fucking wish we were recording when I had my it's not hail or anything. Fucking huge hail. Classic.
Stop cuddling Santa Claus. Stop.